Good morning, good morning. Good morning on this Friday. Good morning on this Friday. It is Favorable Friday. It is Favorable Friday. It is the end of our week. It is the beginning of our weekend where we can let down a little bit, as I always say, and let loose and have some fun in whatever form or fashion. We can still find ways to enjoy ourselves with things being limited. On this Favorable Friday, I just want to say it is me, Coach K, your empowering, inspiring, and connecting coach. Today, I just want to share a little inspirational words, and I just want to say, don't let this take you out. Don't let this take you out. I posted something on my page yesterday, and I was listening to TD Jakes, and there was a clip where he was saying he didn't. I wrote it down because I didn't want to say it wrong. Where he was saying, is the coronavirus a part of God's plan, or is it just to wake us up? And he was just saying he wasn't sure if it was a part of God's plan, but he knows that it's waking us up. And I was like, wow. And I listened to that clip, and I really thought about it. And when I thought about that message, I immediately started thinking about, how is this like affecting my mindset? Like, what lesson am I pulling out of this? And I began to think about my faith. I began to think about my strength, and I began to think about my determination of how I have to be able to stand on my faith, because I got to believe that however this is affecting me, I am going to get through it. Not only am I going to get through it on my own will, but I'm going to get through it with God's help and through God's will. Then I began to think about my strength, and I began to say, okay, I got to be able to have strength, to make it through. I got to be able to have strength just to keep going, no matter what it is. Even though I am still going to work, I am going to work in the midst of the virus. I am working in an environment that's dangerous, but I have to go to work. So, it affects me. It affects my family, so I have to be able to find strength to keep going, no matter what fears may set in. And then lastly, I began to think about my determination. My determination. There's a truck, so I'm trying to stop until the truck goes through. My determination that no matter what, gets in the way, that I am still going to make it, and that I am not going to let this setback, affect me in any way, whether that's mentally, whether that's spiritually, whether that's emotionally, or mentally. Some people are really thinking about their bills, so they may be, going into a level of depression. Some people are off work, so they're sitting home. Truth being said, what are you going to do if you have nothing else to do? Some people just eat. So, this can also increase, some people just sit home and eat and gain weight. It's just so many different things. So I begin to think about my faith. I begin to think about my strength. And I begin to think about my determination. So as I listened to TD Jakes, I was like, wow, like, we don't know the things that are put in our path, and we don't know the true meaning of it. And when he began to say, TD Jakes began to say, I will not say that this is a part of God's plan, but I will say that the corona is waking some people up. And I wrote down some notes in different ways, because a lot of us, or some of us, are affected by the burden of overwhelming bills that we don't see getting paid anytime soon, because we don't have, or because some don't have money coming in. So you're using your savings. You're using the last, money that you got for the current paychecks, with nothing to add to that. A lot of us may be, regretting using our money. We blew our money up on clothes, hair, shoes, other things, and we didn't save. So now we've misused our money, and we're stuck. with no income to get us through this time. And lastly, we're lost because we absolutely have no control over the situation. You know, when they give a deadline, we have to stick to it. When they say this is the rule or this is the procedure, we have to follow it. We absolutely have no control over this situation dealing with the virus. And I began to think about all of those different things. And then I wrote down some things. You know, a lot of us can appreciate some things from this situation because we have a gift, because we have a talent that we can fall back on and at least use that to some sort of a revenue to build income for ourselves until we get through this. Some of us are realizing that we have to stop taking people and things for granted. You know, I know when I think about myself, I think about, you know, so much. And it's regarding to the next thing that I was about to say, not wasting time in unnecessary situations and the wrong people. You know, this situation has literally made me think I am not going to waste my time, because if it wasn't the corona, it could have been something else to a certain extent. And I don't want to be stuck in a situation where I feel that I'm wasting my time and not doing better. And that's what I've begun to pull from all of this. Like, I've literally been looking at my life like, what am I wasting my time on? What am I really dealing with that I need to push further, that I need to push past, that I need to gain strength forward? Because we all have something. Like, I don't care how much education you have, you know, how many degrees you have, what your title is. We all have something that we can work forward past, that we need to further increase or get better at, or have some sense of growth. And that's what this whole situation has really done to me. So when I was listening to TD Jakes yesterday, he was just saying, I'm not going to say if this is a part of God's plan, you know, but I will say that it's waking some of us up. And it's so true. If you really look at it, like, it's a lesson for some of us, you know, that when we get back on track and we establish that we need to put some money to the side, that, you know, being home with relatives and whoever that we normally don't spend time with, like, stop taking them for granted, because it could have been something else. You know, it could be our family member, it could be our spouse or mate that was affected with the virus and was taken out. You know, so it can be a lesson for all of us on so many different levels. And I just wanted to share this morning, like, my personal mindset through this. I believe that everybody can pull something from this, you know, because as TD Jakes said, it's a wake-up call for every last one of us on some level. On some level, it's a wake-up call. So I just wanted to share those words this morning. Your faith, your strength, and your determination. Your faith to keep believing that no matter how this affects us, we're going to get through. Our strength, and not just go back to faith, not even that we're going to get through, but we have to believe, and we have to connect that belief and stand on that belief and know that God, you know, and have God in the midst of it. And then secondly, our strength that we are going to keep going. Not we're going to keep going. Our strength that we must keep going, and we have to keep going. And last, our determination. Our determination that we are going to beat this setback. No matter how it affects each and every one of us, we have to tell ourselves we are going to beat this. People are going to slip in depression through times like this, because they are so used to having control and they no longer have control. They are going to slip into depression, and they are going to lose their self. Maybe because their source of help now can't help them, and they have to find another way, and they may not have a way. And because we have absolutely no control over this, we just have to sit back and apply ourselves to whatever's said. So on today, I just say, don't let this take you out. You know, don't let this take you out. Take this for what it is. Pull the lessons from it and move forward. As I said, TD Jakes said, it's a wake-up call it's a wake up call for us. And we just have to be able to evaluate and examine our life and see what we can pull forward from this, so that when we move on, we do better. You can never prepare yourself completely for a situation like this again, but you can do something to shift it. You can do something to, to make things a little better. And that's what I'm pulling from this. Like I said, I have to go to work. I have to go to work. If I could stay home, I don't know. But I have to go to work. But in the midst of going to work, I'm putting myself in an unhealthy situation. But it's a must. So even those that are going to work and that are getting money and that are getting paid and still getting their paychecks, and even the dollars that they may give us extra, we're still affected. We're still affected. So financially, health, emotionally, mentally, it affects all of us in some different manner. And I just wanted to share those words of encouragement. Like I said, appreciate your talents and your gift that you can use on the side to supplement your income. I'm repeating some things. Let's not take people or things for granted. And let's stop wasting time in unnecessary situations and with the wrong people, because it could be something else. It could be something else to this extent. And I'm pulling a lot from this. Like I said, going back through some things again, burdens of being overwhelmed with bills, regrets of misusing our money, because some people were living beyond their means, and now it's affecting them. And then last of all, loss because we have absolutely no control over the situation. I just wanted to share those things. This week I've been really speaking about the effects of the coronavirus. And I just wanted to stick to that this week. So I thank you guys for tuning in with me. I pray that you will enjoy your Friday. I pray that you will begin to set your mood for the weekend. Enjoy. If nothing else, enjoy family time. Connect with family, connect with friends that you would not be able to do on a different note. So those are my words of encouragement on this morning. Enjoy, be safe. I will see you again on Motivational Monday. Love you. Bye-bye.